Next, we will hear from Dr. Robbin Estelle Alston, owner of the Ashe Yoga Studios and an advisory board member of ANK International.
I'd like to begin by saying Akwaba. I'd also like to say Hotep and Maha. I want to thank you very much. I'm a little nervous, so I will say that as well. To me, this is a very auspicious occasion. I'd like to express my gratitude to the Creator and to my ancestors for making it possible for us to be here today. This, to me, is very, very important. Congratulations to Nana for what I call a groundbreaking bestseller. If you have the book, do more than have the book. Read the book. And make sure every member of your family have the book, because the book is an inspiration. It will awaken you. There's a chapter or a line Nana has in a book, and it's, I had experienced a spiritual awakening. That chapter is very, very powerful. I thank him, Nana, for fulfilling his purpose. We all have a purpose here. And I thank him for fulfilling his purpose. He not only wrote a book, but offered a way of life for Africans, wherever we are, to prevail and not just get by. You know, we seem to endure. We should be doing more than that. We should be living. Reading his memoir, From Enslavement to Kingship, really opened my eyes to the urgent need to reclaim our true selves. We have so many distractions around us. For the sake of our health and our well-being, this is not for entertainment. This is for inner attainment. Many of us go through the feeling of disconnect and loss from our true selves as a culture. As a result, we become stuck in a rut and we start to live in a very harmful way. Sickness doesn't just happen. It comes from somewhere, and I truly believe when we don't know who we are, we become sick. I'm a psychologist, and if you look at the numbers like I see the numbers, people of African descent, Africans, have a higher level of mental illness. But for me, it's not mental, it's spiritual. The Western society doesn't know what to do with it. Sigmund Freud did not give us the answer. The answer is in what I called, and what I'm stealing now, a Sankofian psychology. That is the only way we're going to start healing and not simply receiving therapy. It's troubling to me when you look at the numbers. 70% of African American children cannot read. Who's teaching them? The same people that enslaved you. Why would you expect them to teach you to read? How are you going to access from enslavement to kingship if you cannot read? So it's our responsibility to teach our children to read. We read in the 50s. Why? Because we were teaching our own children. It was illegal for us to learn to read. Think about that. Everything we have acquired in this country had to be a legal decision, not a mindful or righteous decision. So the person in your classroom teaching your child is the mother and daughter and son of a slave owner. And I say that with fact, Because it's no way that you spend over $80 billion in a system and our children are the ones that can't read. We went through the 60s with people saying that we were genetically inferior. That's why Sankofian psychology is needed, because it's about healing, not about treatment. As a psychologist, I don't use traditional psychology. I'm an owner of a yoga studio, and the first picture you see in there is African. It's Kemetic psychology, because our ancestors gave us the answer. And for me, what Nana Tuuda has done is live that answer. Accept your own and be yourself. If you don't know where I've been, you don't know where I'm going. It's very, very important that we understand that our children are being labeled educationally disabled. Once that gets into your head, you start believing it. Nana's book powerfully illustrates that reclaiming our African mind will not only change our emotional state, our educational state, but also our social and economics. If we say it's about the money, then get into your right mind. We have a choice. We can continue to assimilate, and I learned that from the white man, from being in his schools. We can continue to assimilate into what is harming us, or we can embark on transformation. Nana Tuuda, to me, represents transformation, not change. Transformation is a higher process that comes from the inside out. You can change from the outside and not transform in the inside. You understand what I'm saying? Transformation is healing. Healing is becoming whole. Healing is a union or the yoking of our physical, mental, and spiritual selves. How many of us in this room can say we're healing? From enslavement to kingship encourages us to stand tall, draw our shoulders back, keep our head center, and align not only our body but our mind to what is morally right. We move away, as I said, from the Freudian and Western thought, and we embrace the principles of Sankofa. Sankofa means to go back, not like the Freudian psychology of going back, but going back and fetching what you need to continue to move forward. When we do, we connect, we begin to heal. I'm going to close with, I was introduced to Sankofa through Nana. I took my first journey to Ghana with Nana. And I'm going to say this to you, and it's very important for me. For me, it was a Hajj. It was a spiritual journey. It was an awakening. It was an inspiration. It let me, who mother and father died when I was an infant, realize that there's something larger than me on this planet, and that is family, and that is Africa. I'm deeply grateful to Nana. It wasn't just a trip, it was a transformation for me. It became a light that guided me into fulfilling my purpose. I don't work with the systems, the Western systems. I can't. It would be hypocritical of me. The essence of family, community, and village, along with the integration of a spiritual practice in our daily lives, is the only way we're going to get back into our right mind. Let's take a moment here. Just if you can bear with me, just close your eyes for a moment and really think about our lives. Shake off the thoughts and the behaviors that have been pushing us to be oppressed. the colonists, the slave mentality. Tell yourself right now that you are free. Reclaim the hidden knowledge about who you are. Finally, celebrate and remember that humanity, everything began in Africa. Make sure your family and friends read as we continue this journey from enslavement to kingship. Ashe, Madase, I thank you.